That's episode 150. So the old
Good round
150.
number.
Yeah, it's a nice round number, obviously. Jeff Bulk here, Mike Stanton with me, and we are diving into the off season head first. Hopefully, where we're diving is not the shallows. We'll do our best to avoid
Well, I
breaking our
mean, if it
necks.
is the shallows, hopefully we know it's the shallows.
Exactly. Try to do the whole splay yourself out so you're
That's
not
right.
landing on your head.
Right.
We're in the middle of the World Series, tied one game apiece. Game 3 tonight. A really sort of a fascinating series in a lot of ways. Honestly, and we can talk about this a little bit, Mike. I was sort of, I thought that maybe the best series was the ALCS. With Toronto and Seattle, just a really phenomenal series between those
Yeah.
two teams after the Dodgers just kind of blew away the Brewers in short order. Now that we're in this, I think everybody just made the assumption, the Dodgers are gonna take care of the Blue
Yeah.
Jays in much the same way. Of course, the Blue Jays come out and score 9 runs in the first 6 in 1 inning in game 1, and you
Actually,
see where
9
things
in
are.
1 inning.
Was it 9? It was
in the
9, and
sixth.
that's what it
9
was.
in the sixth.
9
yeah.
in the 6th. There you go. There you go.
Right.
So where does that? I mean, and of course, Yamamoto comes back in game 2 and just absolutely shuts everybody down, which the Dodgers have the ability to do.
Yeah.
Where are we at now, do you think, with this series tied 1-1? Is this still basically the Dodgers series to lose?
I don't know. I've my prediction has been, if this goes 5, the Dodgers win. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't think Toronto has the firepower in the rotation to win 4 out of 5
Right.
against the Dodgers. But I do think that if this goes 6 or 7, I think they have a real opportunity. So what is their goal right now? Well, they to win every game. That's everyone's
Sure.
goal every time. But at least, at minimum, get back to Toronto. And if they do that, I think they have a real shot. But I think you could just go back to game 1. The Dodgers are having to do things very differently than they've done in the past. In the past, heavily analytical, get
Mhm.
the starter. You remember it was just last year. Max Scherzer was like, "What?
Right.
You're taking me out? I'm dealing. It's only been 5 innings,"
Right.
because that's what the analytics say. Well, this year, that's not the case at all. They are
Mm-mm.
riding their starting pitching like
They
it's
have to.
1975 because they have no choice because their bullpen stinks. And that's what you saw in game 1.
Right.
Blake Snell got in trouble. They had to go to the bullpen early, and they dropped an ugly, ugly, crooked number, unless you're a Blue Jays fan, of
Right.
9. Hit the grand slam, hit another home run. I mean, just remarkable, the offense for the Toronto Blue Jays. Yesterday, listen, Yamamoto might be the best pitcher on the planet right now.
He might be.
And on top of that, they're letting him go, which you gotta love the idea that if the dude's dealing, why are you going to take somebody out?
Right. Well, it's a fascinating thing too because the Dodgers, they have so many, like what you said is if it's 5 games, it's going to be the Dodgers. It's because they have so many paths to victory, right? The Dodgers are one of those teams that they can out hit you, they can out pitch you, at least in the starting rotation. They can out defend you. They have so many. They have speed on the base pass when they
Yeah.
need it. They have so many skill sets in so many different areas that even with a massive glaring weakness in the bullpen, which frankly would kind of doom almost any other team to have a
Yeah.
bullpen as weak as theirs. They're just still rolling along, no problem, and it's a testament to the fact that they are so good in so many different areas and have so many different ways they can beat you.
Yeah, and listen, it's going to be interesting to see because I think that people don't really realize how good the Toronto Blue Jays have been. Team
Right.
does not strike out. The best offensive team in the playoffs, hands down. It hasn't even been close.
Right.
So I think that that's going to be the. I think. Listen, going into this series, going into this postseason, Achilles heel for the Dodgers was their bullpen.
Right.
You try and stay away from the bullpen. And that's why Dave Roberts has got the chance to do things differently this year. If they had a good bullpen, they'd be doing the same thing they've done year in and year out. But and then Toronto, what is their goal? What are they trying to? They're trying to get to the bullpen. Even
Right.
if you have a starting pitcher, you have Tyler Glass now go out there tonight, and he shoves, foul some pitches off. Don't get the pitch count up and try and get to that bullpen,
Right.
and then you never know what happens. I mean, they can put up an ugly number, but I think it's interesting. We see teams that do things a little bit differently each season. The
Mhm.
Astros were this way a couple years ago, where the Astros just simply didn't strike out,
I
and you see how big of a deal that can be. Just making sure you put the ball in play.
Well, Toronto honestly, gives me their offense anyway, gives me 2019 Astros vibes for sure.
Mhm.
They have that they can hit home runs, they don't strike out, they walk, they are smart with their pitch counts. Like it's a very similar situation. Ironically, George Springer, it's
Right.
a, it's it, I think that what to me, and we'll definitely talk a little bit about this with the Astros as well. That formula that I think has been prevalent of don't swing it a lot, don't swing at crazy pitches,
Yeah.
swing only at your pitch. That's something that is a winning formula. It's been
Mhm.
successful across the board. Now, does it mean you can win the World Series? No. I mean, only one team's going to do it, but it does mean that it puts you in contention almost every time if you have
Sure.
solid hitters.
Sure, no doubt, no doubt. And Vladdy Jr. has
Mm,
just been absolutely remarkable. I mean, one of the
unbelievable.
best postseasons
Ugh,
in Major League Baseball history. So
yeah.
if he can continue that, you never know, because the Dodgers have a good offense. They don't have a
That's
great offense.
it's so funny you say that too, because we're saying Vladdy's having one of the greatest postseasons ever. In the same postseason where Shohei Ohtani struck out 10 and hit 3 home runs in the same
Right,
game. Like,
right.
just unreal. But yeah, he's been incredible.
Yeah, but the thing about Shohei, he ends up winning the NLCS MVP. Well, on the one game, because there really
Mhm.
wasn't. I know Freddie
No.
Freeman had a good series, but there really wasn't a standout other than that.
Mm-mm.
Tell you the truth, I can tell you who I thought should have won the MVP. It should have been co MVP with the whole rotation, because
Yeah,
that's what did it for the Dodgers.
no doubt
Um,
about it.
but when Shohei, it seems like every time he walks out on the field, he's breaking some kind of record. He did it again that night.
I think too, you're right. Guerrero is just such a beast, and to think that we were really close to seeing Guerrero on another team. I mean, it was
Sure.
very close to the Toronto not giving him an extension, and he could have wound up somewhere else. I loved the seeing at the beginning of the series, seeing that his dad,
Oh yeah.
talking about
Uh-huh.
him, and it's just so sweet. And of course now you've got I think they're the first team ever to start 3 sons of former major leaguers because they've got Bo Bichette and they've got Vlad Guerrero, and I forget who the other one is. But yeah, so very cool. Oh, I think Mike got stuck. Mike, did you get stuck on me? Well, let's keep talking about the Astros since we are live, and I will wait for Mike to catch back up. Um, Really, I think this is a fascinating series. I think it's going to be maybe I'm stuck. Who knows? Looks like I'm not.